One of the things that I don't do very well, and one of the things that I think is important, is to get out of the space that you usually work in all of the time. So I thought that it would be a perfect match to come out here and walk around and do some street photography.
Street photography is one of those things where you can kind of define it however you want. Some people it's, you know, capturing these split-second moments that are happening. Some people it's more composition oriented. And I think I tend more to the composition side of things, where it's take what's happening anywhere, let's find the composition that's interesting to both show what's happening, but show it in an interesting way. Some people for street photography it's just, hey, this guy's doing something crazy, let's, you know,
getting really close.
Get that. Yeah, that's why street photography seems like a weird thing to a lot of people, is they don't necessarily understand
what it is,
you know,
where the art is.
It takes a few bad apples to create a really weird dynamic for somebody. Something I always look for is like a rule of 3. So in that photo, I would call this colorful wall is interesting, the dog is interesting, but we're missing that last piece of the puzzle. With just those 2 pieces, it's like, that's kind of cool. It is a nice composition because this is framing that dog, but without that third piece, I probably won't use it. I might still use it for something, but it would have been so much better if even there was like a bike here or someone was walking through and then there's the dog. Look for 3s. That's something I always tell people. Hey, right here, check this out. Blue, trees, painting in the back. I like that. You could shoot a bunch, so you could shoot every corner of every colorful building here, and it doesn't even, you don't even have to have anything interesting. Now you just have a bunch of photos that all make sense together, and then that's what's interesting about it. You don't have to think too much. With this stuff, I don't shoot manual all the time. I'll just do aperture priority because the lighting is changing so much. Manual is, it's cool to say you use it, but you really don't have to for this type of thing. I like to ask myself, why are you making this picture? And I try not to overthink it too much, but something looking cool, I guess, is enough of a reason, but I think you waste a lot of energy just if that's your only reason. So I guess try to have as much intent as possible. It's hard, I mean, it's hard though with like social media. Now as a photographer, your intention can be just to promote yourself. So just because something looks cool can actually be a viable reason to make a picture and share something, but then at the same time it feels dirty for that to be the only reason you're doing something. So
you have to constantly be creating so much content as a professional in this age too.
I try to just shoot what I want to shoot when it comes to the social side, have some curation there. Your most artistic photo might not necessarily be the one that needs to go on social media.
And every time that my favorite photo goes up, it is the one that does the least well, and it's so discouraging. You're like, this is what I like the most, and why it makes you a little bit depressed.
That's what's good about, you know, doing projects, and like that book project that I did. There's certain photos in there that I don't think I ever put on social media because I knew this picture doesn't belong on social. Like, it doesn't translate the right way, but in this set collection of images, it makes perfect sense right there.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you haven't caught this week's episode of the show, we talk about getting over creative block and also creating better images. Honestly, no creatives have it all figured out, and that's most of the fun of art and photography.
Once you figure out the answer to this whole thing, let me know.
I don't think anyone will. I think the key is to stop worrying about that and to stop worrying about the overall reason and just make things and have fun. Because if you stress out too much about trying to do that ultimate life purpose and come up with exactly the one-line description of what that is for you, it's just going to stress you out.
Yeah, I agree.